What's up? Lewis Buchanan here, and you're listening to the Hook It Podcast.
This and every episode of the podcast is supported by 35 Bikes. 35 Bikes are dedicated to bringing you the best bike components for the best price. So whether you need organic, semi-metal or sintered brake pads, a new narrow-wide chainring, mudguards or brake rotors, make sure to ask for 35 Bikes in your local bike shop. Or head to 35bikes.com for more information or to find your local stockist.
EWS
Or
Bust.
Alright, what's up podcast fans, and welcome back to another episode of the Hook It Podcast. This time we're going to do a race recap of the EWS from Ireland this last weekend with Rich Payne, our supported rider. It's going to be cool to hear what happened in between Madeira and Ireland. First, I need to say a really quick thank you to every single person, as usual, who reached out after the last episode. The one with Eddie Masters. Obviously, Eddie did go on to win the Steel City Downhill the very next day. And on the podium, obviously, put it all down to this podcast and how it totally changed his mind frame and everything was good. But obviously, that's not true. Again, huge thank you as well to every single one of our listeners out there who keeps giving us feedback, reporting back, leaving reviews on iTunes. If you haven't already, please head over to iTunes and leave a review. It helps a tremendous amount, and it's great to hear what you guys think. If you're heading up to Fort William, stop by the Saks underwear stand. All you have to do is mention the podcast, just mention the Hook It Podcast, and you'll get 10% off any pair of Saks underwear too. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. I'll be up there. If you want to come over and chat podcast, feel free. I'll be there pretty much from Friday through to Sunday on that stand. So before we get going, let's do a quick recap from Madeira, and then we'll get straight into it. Let's do this.
Shaky start, so things can only get better from now onwards already.
In true privateer style, where we were staying, we were blagging the internet from the hotel next door, wandering around the pit now,
I know.
getting the missus to lay down carpet and stuff for me over the puddles. I was in some rickshaw with half a sandwich.
Gates of hell.
Hang out with me mum. It was a 2-day race,
Yep.
100 kilometres covered in total over the 2 days, 9 stages. There's never been an EWS.
There's never been an
before,
EWS there. Okay, I didn't know that.
It was so slick. I slipped off line slightly and just bang, absolutely mullered my back wheel into this big pointy rock. That cost me more than what it is to go out there. But obviously at this point in the start hut, I hadn't finished an EWS stage technically this year. So shit or bust, innit? I'm here to race and do well. Instantly, the bike went from under me, like I went straight over the bars, face first into the ground. Didn't knock myself out, but like mother was proud. I finished the day or the race in 88.
Boom.
Yeah, to get that first EWS finish, if you like, out of the way, and that result in and do as well as I did, all considering, I was it puts me in a good place going forward for sure. And
there we go. That's what happened in Madeira. So let's get on. Let's hear what happened in Ireland. Rich Payne, welcome to the show. All right, we're back, dude. We are back. Top of the evening to you. Oh, I can't do an Irish accent.
I can say top of the morning, but
yours
it's the
is
evening,
good.
so that doesn't even work either, does it?
No.
Just top of the day.
Yeah, top of the day. Top of the life.
Hello.
Top of the life to you. So, welcome back, man. Episode number 4 of the
4.
podcast, but 3 of the video edit, which seems to be
Is
coming
out
along
tomorrow.
swimmingly. Yes, awesome. So, for the first time, everything should coincide together, I think. So, we'll have the podcast and the video done pretty much at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. They'll be together as one.
They will. Like, cheese and...
Pickle.
Yes, thank you. I was going to say onion.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, crisps. Yeah, they'll be together well. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty much done. Final few little snips and, like tweaks tonight, and then, it'll be all ready for tomorrow.
Excellent, man. Excellent. And how are you? Are you well?
I'm well, yeah. Not long got back about 2:00 this afternoon. So we left Ireland yesterday morning early, got into the UK late afternoon, drove down to my old man's in Somerset and stayed there.
Beautiful.
A nice little catch up, and then got the boat back to Jersey this morning.
Is your dad a cyclist or a mountain biker or anything? Or
He listens to these, so I'm going to have to.
does he?
He does.
Awesome.
My father is a cyclist. He'll like that. Yeah, he's a cyclist.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Is he a road cyclist?
He's a leisure cyclist.
Oh, excellent. Shout out Richard's dad.
Yes.
That's cool.
Hello, Philip.
And thanks for listening, Phil.
Yeah.
Back with
Yeah.
Phil.
He likes a little pot around the lanes and that.
Good.
And then got boat back to Jersey today. Cruised on back, got in at about 2:00. Job
Sweet.
done.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely job. I think
Yes.
I wanted to first mention as well, Pink Bike. Been on Pink Bike 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
It's amazing. Like, really good just to, hit Pink Bike on in the morning, pre-work, and it was right there again. So,
Front page action, wasn't it?
Front page action.
I was well chuffed with that as well, actually.
yeah. Some
Yeah,
positive
so-
comments off people, so
Yeah.
it's always a
Yeah,
nice
some
little,
nice encouraging things, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's nice
really
to see that people, stuff like that I really like, because you kind of see that people can relate to it.
Yes.
It's nice to know people have watched or listened and stuff, but when you get the odd nice comment and people have actually said, good work, it was nice to see you, I don't know, just cracking on with it in Madeira, or I don't know, see that you actually were pretty gutted in New Zealand and stuff like that. It's nice that people have seen it, and
Yeah, I think it's cool. Really cool.
yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Just to clarify, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, fine. I just figured I got this new microphone, and sometimes it just starts.
Sorry, Davey. you there?
Sometimes it starts beeping though. It's really strange. Like, it's a nice piece of kit, but I've absolutely no idea. And I only I recorded 2 episodes with this new microphone, and I realized the other day that I had it like the wrong way round, so I had the volume turned all the way down instead of all the way up.
Oh, schoolboy.
Anyway, yeah. So Pink Bike's really cool, and anyone out there who probably has ever tried to get anything out on Pink Bike, it's pretty tough. So to think that they even, the editors there are sort of hopefully enjoying these episodes, and they're putting it on the front page, it's really cool. So massive shout out to the guys at Pink Bike if you are listening. That's really appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enduro Wet Series round 4.
God, isn't it just?
I love that hashtag was pretty popular on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh.
People were using Enduro Wet Series. I thought it was classic.
I think it's quite fitting, isn't it?
It sums it up perfectly.
Abysmal so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't their fault, but God, someone's having a laugh with the weather, that's for sure. And they were this time. They lured us right in this time with some stunning weather on Friday practice.
Yeah, what's it called?
Wave.
Heat wave, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I got
really need to
sunburn.
start recording these in the day when I'm more awake.
Yeah. we should try that.
My vocabulary gets really limited after a certain time.
Yeah, but I suppose let's start from the beginning then, shall
Yeah,
we?
let's wind it all the way back.
So even more beginning, which is a word,
Yes.
than when we left. So this time the missus did not come because Madeira wasn't long ago, and she just couldn't take the time off work, unfortunately, with the dog and that.
Yeah.
She couldn't come. So drafted in Pukey Lukey,
Pukey Luke.
who does the editing.
I thought
All
so.
Pukey Lukey.
Okay.
He does the editing for the web series. He's the guy who works his magic on all the mishmash of footage I give him.
Who was editing on the way home on the ferry, I think.
He was indeed, yes, exactly.
No rest for the wicked. You got your whip out,
No, I was there having my sandwich and crisps. I said, Lukey, eyes down, come on.
Yeah, come on,
Sort
man.
it out. No. Guy's a hero. So, she couldn't make it. Okay. Lukey was keen to come away. But obviously, he did the Challenger race because the main one's obviously sold out ages and ages ago. So, it was a little lads trip this time, which was pretty cool.
That's cool.
So we left last Tuesday, a week ago. Got there... No, last Monday. We got there on Tuesday.
Right. So pretty quick turnaround between Madeira and this one then, literally...
a week.
Yeah, a week at home, pretty much bang on, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. So I'd come back and I boshed out a little bit of work here and there, and just by the time you like caught up on life and got things sorted, you're kind of packing ready to go again.
Yeah.
Because we drove this time, so yeah, we drove in the van.
Okay.
Stayed in an Airbnb place.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it was all right. No dogs given away, or I don't know, no crazy people. It was a nice house.
Okay, shared.
Yeah, nice family.
Okay.
Yeah, good room and all that. So yeah, couldn't complain.
Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So how does a guy from Jersey get to Ireland? So you get the ferry to
Portsmouth, we did.
Portsmouth, yeah.
Drove up from there.
Right.
So we got an overnight ferry. We left Jersey Monday night, got a boat overnight, and arrived in Portsmouth at 6:30 in the morning. Drove straight up to Pembroke in Wales, West Wales.
Yeah.
For a 3 o'clock ferry, 3 in the afternoon. From there over to Rosslare.
Okay.
Which we got in at about 7ish, and then drove. Our B&B was about an hour and a quarter up like the east coast of Ireland, and got there, 7:30 at night.
Okay, perfect. Very good.
Yeah,
very
it was.
Good.
Yeah, so it was the pair of us. Van was loaded. I had spare everything, like literally. I took the missus bike because everything on that fits on mine. I took spare wheels, you name it, it could be replaced. So I was all good. So did that.
Yeah.
Just chilled, obviously.
Yeah, so that was Wednesday when you arrived. No,
Tuesday.
Tuesday
night.
Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
So you got a 3-day Wednesday.
3-day Wednesday, which we just. Oh no! Hang on, my days are muddled up. I'm not sure, but we rode I can't remember. We must have arrived Wednesday.
Oh, no, you left Monday, so you got an overnight ferry. So you got into England on a Tuesday. So yeah, you must have. Yeah, you must have got there Tuesday evening.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we chilled Wednesday. Thursday there was no practice. Practice was only Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So on Thursday, we just went and hit up a local Ballinasloe, it was called, a little local trail centre, which was about half an hour from the race, just to go out for a little spin and have a nice ride and see a different part of Ireland. And
many people out as well, or is there?
No, it's actually pretty quiet. I think it was because the day before practice. I mean, we didn't go out putting in no hot laps. We didn't go real fast enough. We were just chilling, obviously. But yeah, I think most people would probably at the race getting the bikes ready, walking tracks. But we thought we'd go out for a little spin because it's more fun, isn't it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely. So did that. Yeah, pretty chilled one. And also, it was my birthday on Thursday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Are we allowed to know how old?
Yeah, definitely.
Go on then.
Because then it gives me an excuse.
Just say 45.
Yeah. I'm 46 now. No, 32 now. 32.
Sweet. Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, 32 years old. So thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
So yeah, we went out for a nice pub meal that night and just had a sneaky pint.
And we sent you some gifts too, in a weird kind of way.
You did. I got a kind gift package from you guys, and including some nice new Ninjas gloves and some
new bars,
new joystick bars, which are well nice.
Good.
I stuck them straight away. They look way fresher than my scratched up old ones.
Very good, very good. I can't remember which ones you had now. I think you had some analog carbons.
Analog carbons, yeah.
Yes. New saddle, I think, too, maybe?
New binary saddle, yeah.
New binary saddle. Very good. Perfect.
Yeah, that was, had some stickers.
Oh, really?
I'm sure there were some stickers in there.
Okay, I don't do any picking and packing, so.
That's cool. Yeah, no, so, I had the bike looking nice and fresh for racing, that's for sure.
Excellent.
Cool.
So, birthday, night out, few beers, chilling.
Nothing too crazy, obviously.
Nothing too crazy. No.
No. And then,
practice.
Yeah, just getting prepped, and then it was practice on the Friday. So this race was a 1-day race, 6 stages, 1 day, 2 days of practice.
Okay.
Friday was practice on stages 1 to 4, which it was stages 1 and 2 in the morning, and then 3 and 4 in the afternoon. And then the Challenger guys would do the opposite to us because they raced on the Saturday.
Got you. So is that the same for every single rider too? So everybody does 1 to 2 and then 2 to 4 as the day goes through.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and then
Sorry,
so
yeah.
the challenger guys will do 3 and 4 in the morning and 1 and 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, got you.
So that when we're kept separate, the two different sort of categories, if you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate. Friday
so
was.
did the challenger get to practice then?
Yeah, like I said, they do the opposite to us. So when we were practicing stages 1 and 2 in the morning,
this is on
they were
Friday.
off practicing. Yeah, they were off
Yeah.
practicing stages 3 and 4, and then the reverse in the afternoon.
Totally makes sense. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
My fault. My
That's
fault.
cool. And then on Saturday we would do 5 and 6, and they'd be racing obviously on stages 1 to 4.
Yes. Okay, makes sense.
Gotcha.
All right.
But I got there on Friday morning, and it was beautiful, like dusty, just like gorgeous sunshine, t-shirt wet, like such a nice day. It was lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really nice and great day's practice. I felt pretty good. The bike and everything was running well.
Do you prefer the hot ones, or do you prefer a mild one or a wet one?
This one, I'm not too fussed really.
No.
It is what it is on the weather.
Yeah.
Like, I suppose at the moment we're used to racing the blooming mud, isn't it? So
You've got no choice right now.
yeah,
have you?
it's not an option.
No.
So I suppose if on to France in a month's time, if the sun come out for that, I'd be very grateful and stayed out.
I think a lot of people will be.
Yeah,
They need to dry out the easy ups and stuff.
Oh, gosh, yeah. The aftermath of it all is horrendous.
Yeah, it's a lot of cleaning.
Yeah, so Friday was proper like Bluebird, lovely day, really nice, and I felt pretty good. All the stages went good. I sectioned a few bits and just made sure I had everything pretty sorted, but on bike and on the track, and yeah, I felt like I was going all right. And I was enjoying the stages. They weren't too long in Ireland, so for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't seen Ireland or doesn't know much about the trails there, the climb back to the top is. So each liaison is roughly takes about 45 minutes, I think, to get up there.
Right.
And the trails are anything, well, for this race, a bit longer, obviously, because it was bogging. But I think anything from 3 to 6-ish minutes.
Okay. And it's probably worth noting, too, that it looks like it's quite a small hill. It's like quite compact. Everything's like in one spot. Is that right?
It is. Yeah, it is. Pretty much. It's all on the same hill. Yeah. You ride the same fire road, zigzagging your way up each time. And then if you imagine like a long hill, and then just like ribbons of stages coming down. So you just ride up, do one, ride up, go across a bit, come down another, ride up, all across the hill. Which is quite cool in a way, because it means you're real like centrally located. You're never far away from, like, for spectator. Like, I think this is why it's such a good place for spectators, because spectators can get to loads of stages pretty simply and easily, and it's well linked for those
that's
guys.
One of the main arguments, I think, with enduro in general is it's not very spectator friendly. But if it's all on one hill, accessible up one fire road, and it can probably be filmed.
Downside is you get pretty bored riding up the same fire road 6 times.
I can imagine. It's one of them where you know where you are all the time as well.
Yeah, just drags on a bit.
Yeah. But it's cool though that it's all on one hill in some respects. Like, I think that's probably. I don't know if it's the future for the sport, but for spectators and like that's kind of the missing thing, if you ask me. Everyone says it's too hard to spectate and it's hard to follow through the day, but if it's all there, like, that's kind of what you want. Surely.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because obviously
rider perspective, you probably want an adventure.
Unless you start shuttling people around and stuff, is a tricky one.
Yeah, definitely.
Which would be well good, but I mean the logistics of that would be a nightmare. But so I think the organisers, they do a spot on job as is, and as riders, we all love, like, Ireland's quite like short, technical, so times get tight, and it's not like these big 15-minute wide open big mountain stages that you get in like France or like the Americas or something like that. It's a different type of race. So but you've got to have all these different types to find a good all-round rider, aren't you?
That's it. Exactly.
But
I think it's good. I think for the sport, it can only be good. I mean, you could see as well a lot of the footage online was sort of filmed from like a drone, and because a lot of it's kind of open and stuff.
Yeah, they had a
It's also
helicopter
pretty good.
walking around.
Oh right, okay. Oh, perfect. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looked like a drone, but
Yeah.
yeah, if it's a helicopter, even better. But you know, 'cause it's open as well, and you can kind of see a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that seems to me like is one
It's
of the
like that
one of the
iconic
hurdles.
top of stage 3, which is sort of that iconic shot of most riders when it's quite trialsy over big rocks.
Yeah,
top of
rocky
stage
at the top,
3, and
yeah.
it's just lined with people
Yeah.
all the way, going nuts with chainsaws and all sorts. It's so good that.
That's sick.
Yeah, but yeah, and then so Friday, spot on. Felt pretty good, enjoying it. I was cruising around with some good buddies of mine. So put my old little Lukey. He obviously was in the Challenger, so we didn't get to ride together at all on the race sort of time, if you like.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a shame, but yeah, he was off having a laugh.
How did
Anyway.
you get on, if you don't mind me asking?
He nailed it. He got second.
Oh, go on, Lukey.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Boy's got skills on a bike as well as a computer.
Oh, sick. That's really cool. Well done, Luke. That's right.
Yeah, Pukey nailed it. So he was well. Got a cool little glass trophy and got to stand on the podium.
Sick. Awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Right, maybe we should have saved that for the end.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Friday, yeah?
That was Friday.
Okay.
Skip past him. You won't mind.
Yeah.
Saturday. So Saturday, it was always forecast to rain, but we all thought it was just a few hours or a bit in the morning.
Mhm.
Got there about 8:30, 9ish, and then I swear, like just as we were getting ready to go, so Pukey, this was his race day Saturday. He set off. I think his start time was like 10:15. 10:45, it just started raining and then getting heavier and heavier, and it just hammered it down, and then basically just rained all day.
Wow.
All day it rained. I stayed, like, because we only had 2 stages, so I sort of I thought I'd try and wait it out and see if the forecast was right. So I stayed in the, like they've got like, you know, marquee and all that at the bottom. So I just sort of hid away for a while.
Yeah.
Until about 11:30, 12ish, and it wasn't easing, it wasn't slowing. It was,
Really?
the ground was all waterlogged, and you just had to bite the bullet, stick a coat on, and go out in the end. And you'll see on the webisode, like just how horrible it was. But it still made, you know, it was only 2 trails to ride, so it wasn't going to be a long day out there.
Mhm.
And it made it really fun. Cause
Really?
it just got real sloppy. It was just like streams running down the track. Goggles were useless by about 30 seconds in. You might as well have just pinned them off. And you just had to embrace it a bit, really, and just have a laugh.
I think the thing is as well, when it's raining that hard, I wouldn't say it's not that bad, but it's kind of, track seems to get a lot worse when it stops raining and then it gets thick and slows you
Yeah.
down. But if it's just raining, it's like a river, you still can be pretty pinned.
Yeah, so it's just like, it was just like a stream. So it wasn't slowing you down too much. It made everything slippy, obviously. But it wasn't too bad. It was still, and the 5 and 6 were wicked stages. So it was, you know, those were real cool, good stages, which you could keep some good pace on.
Yeah.
So the
And
wet.
then from your perspective then, as like a privateer, what happens when it starts raining? Do you switch tyres out or anything like that? Or is it...
Tough one. Like, I didn't switch tyres. So I ran, for this race, I ran a Schwalbe Hands Damp on the rear.
Right.
And a Magic Mary up front,
Okay.
which I think is a pretty winning combo.
Is that dream combo rain or shine?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I like, I might switch, if it's depending on the track, a Rock Razor. Real quick roll, like semi-slick tyre on the back. But I find that is pretty much my go-to tyres. Those 3 tyres.
Yeah.
And it has to be a pretty flat-out pedally or something like smoothish track for a Rock Razor to go on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, cool. Just wondered that's all, because obviously, you know, you've got all the teams there and they can easily just switch stuff out. And
yeah,
you know, if you've not, you can't.
No. Like, so what I'll do, like, I will change pressures and suspension a touch if I feel like it's not. If something feels like it's not working, again, I have like some base settings and like go-to pressures which I'll always run.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe just tweak them ever so slightly depending on the course. So like I say, in Madeira, I firmed things up a little because it was flat sticks and like just to skip a bit more across the bumps.
Yeah.
I found for me, I stiffened it up a touch, just a bit more pressure in the shocks, and then like so I could muscle my way through it a bit more.
Yeah. I'm awful with when it comes to bike setup. Just as a footnote.
Right.
Yeah, like total opposite when it came to riding motocross when I was a kid. I
Yeah.
could feel everything. Like a click and a half, 2 clicks on suspension, I'd be able to feel it. Mountain biking, absolute opposite. You could do whatever you wanted to a bike. I'd just jump on it and ride it.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Yeah, motocross is a wild one, isn't it? So I think you probably do notice it on that. I think sometimes you like. I wouldn't notice a click or two on my. Someone could probably change my suspension a click or two, and I wouldn't notice a difference.
It's a funny one because some people are really, really in tune with it, and I don't think it necessarily means you are a better rider. Just some people are really in touch with it. I think some of the most finicky riders I've ever known are the ones who are pretty bad, but they feel everything. Like
I think half the time, though, I think sometimes that's just more of a placebo effect. I don't reckon
totally
actually.
Agree.
I don't think that probably does make a difference at all. I reckon they're like, oh, just you know what? I was really struggling, but I just clicked my rebound 2 clicks quicker.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the bike changed so much. They ain't got a clue, but in their heads, it works for them.
Yeah, I agree.
And if it works, it works. You know, that's a good.
Yeah, it's
whatever
a good
works.
placebo. Yeah.
But I think a lot of the time, people will probably just, or you know, I put 10 psi more in my shock. Oh, she's running sweet now, all over the place before.
Yeah.
And you're like, really?
I was following you. It really wasn't. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Maybe
All right,
it
so
was.
it's just interesting to know, really, as a privateer, you know,
Yeah.
in a pits full of some of the big teams, you know, what you actually change when it comes to raining, you know.
Okay, I tell you what, but parts I did change specifically for this race because I did this one last year and I knew it was just a bit of a grind back to the top of the hill just to do it 6 times over. I actually put a bigger cassette on just so I could just spin up real easy.
Okay.
So normally I run Shimano XTI. It's like I think it's a Shimano's what's like 42 is the biggest on the rear, but I can't remember what the small 11 or 10. I'm not sure. I think it's 11. But I actually put the bigger XT cassette on, which goes up to a 46 on the rear.
Right.
I run a 32 on the front, and that way I knew I could just really like rather than just tiring my legs out by the end of the day, I could just spin my way up there.
Yeah.
So I did change that.
Good move.
Otherwise, everything else stayed pretty much the same as always.
Yeah. Cool. Very good. Good to hear, man.
Oh, I put some new graphics on the bike. It looks pimping.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so has Designs, this Portuguese company.
Right. Those stickers look rad. The chrome ones.
Yeah, no, they're gone.
Oh.
They are gone. Yeah. So now I've got some other cool ones which they've done. So have a little look at them at hasdesigns.pt
Okay.
on Instagram. And those boys, they did me like these like blue, red, black type shiny graphics, but with the EWS or Bust logo on them as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they did me like a shiny metallic.
That's the one I meant. Yeah, I meant like
EWS or Bust logo as well. Yeah, on the top top tube. It looks well cool.
Very good.
Yeah, liking them. So it's always, you know, a little bit of customs quite nice, isn't it?
It is. It is.
In whatever form you can get.
Let me just pause you there for 1 second while I go take a leak. I'm about to wet myself.
All right, mate.
All right. I can edit this bit out though.
I'll catch you later.
All right. 2 secs. All right, man.
You good?
God, I'll tell you a funny story. But
Are we
not.
recording? I'm not sure if we're recording now.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Oh, tell us a funny story.
No, I can't tell anybody else on here the funny story. There's only 2 people that know it, and it's about a podcast. And I will tell you once we finish recording. Maybe one day I will release it to other people. But it's pretty
intrigued.
embarrassing, but kind of funny.
Wet yourself, didn't you?
Anyway, so
Oh, I look forward to this story.
yeah, I'll tell you later. Okay, my bladder's so bad, dude. Like I drink a
I don't
bunch
need
of
to
water.
know. I don't know. I don't think I want to know now.
No, you don't. You don't.
Let's go back to day 2 practice.
Yeah, let's do that. So nice. Yeah, I've got to edit for once. This is going to be hard. Okay, day 2 practice. Chrome stickers. Everyone's happy.
Well, yeah, it's piss wet through. Miserable day. Stages were running good though. Pretty tricky. Some bits and bobs of it. And I felt like pretty on point with the setup and everything was working and what have you. So yeah, I've ended practice on the whole feeling pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
just felt like I'd got on with everything and I had everything working how I wanted, and I was organised and I knew what was where, and I got my some head cam footage, so I knew some good lines here and there. So when finished Friday, very cold but feeling pretty positive for it.
Does it maybe help as well having Luke racing, because you can chat about lines and stuff? Because like the previous rounds, you've not really had anyone in the evening, I don't think, who's there to maybe discuss the track or anything like that. Apart from your missus and your mum, obviously, but do you know what I mean? Like, you've got someone to actually sit and discuss line choices and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was Lukey's. To be fair, this was his first proper race outside of Jersey. So, I mean, he was just chuffed to get down the majority of the time, I think.
Okay.
So, like we kind of talked about it a bit, and it is good in that sense, having someone to chat to. But I was actually sort of helping him a bit with lines. It was kind of the other way around, because obviously I've been racing and done it for a long time. So I was actually going through a few things with him.
Right, okay.
But it's still cool to chat about it and feed off of each other, and just, even if he notices, because we didn't practice together though, that's the bit of a tricky thing.
True.
But even just if we watch the head cams together, and he might just spot something and be like, "Oh, Paino, did you see that little hop off the tree stump or something like that?" So I suppose it is pretty good. Yeah.
Cool.
It's always good to have someone to chat to. Two heads are better than one, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very true.
So that's practice day 2, right?
That was Saturday. Yeah. Practice done. Yeah, day 2.
So Saturday evening, what goes on? Chilled?
Yeah. Did a bit of cooking.
EWS, not EWS, Airbnb house.
Airbnb house, yeah.
All good. No weird stories or anything like that. Just
do you know what? No. I suppose it's a bit disappointing in that way, isn't it?
Yeah,
These people are genuinely nice people,
right?
And really helpful.
That's pretty good. Then you can't complain.
I made us cups of tea and stuff. So
spot on.
Maybe that's like a different story in itself.
Maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe there should be another
person. Actual nice Airbnb, not a psycho.
Not Brian.
Yeah. I feel like I had it lucky with Airbnb of my 2 so far, so
it's coming
now.
The horror story is coming.
Oh no. Got back. Just it was a bit of a monster cleanup job, obviously, from that day.
Yeah.
Because everything, your kit, bike, like everything, like even you had to everything got power washed down. Even my helmet, like everything got put in the wash. Helmet pads, you name it, it all went in, bar like my helmet and shoes, obviously. And so the cleanup. But again, I've been racing a while, so I take like 3 or 4 sets of kit, so that worst case scenario, even if it's muddy every single day of racing or practice, I've got a fresh set of kit every day.
Yeah.
So obviously having remap is quite helpful for that sense.
No end of kit coming out of the stock.
Like there's nothing worse than either not having enough kit or having to put like wet kit on.
There's nothing worse.
Or dirty kit back on. It's horrible. So, I think that's and it makes you feel better and just
definitely
cleaner
does.
and higher.
Helmet liners, stuff like that. It's all super important.
Yeah, whole work. So, just a chilled night.
Yep.
Just checking over some head cams. Otherwise, I've been watching Fresh Meat. Have you ever watched Fresh Meat? It's like a...
No, I can't say I have. I don't watch too much TV, if I'm honest with you. There's a few selected things that I watch, and that's pretty much it. I don't really... went for a little while not having one, too.
Really?
It's surprising how much work and life you can live without having a TV. You can listen to some cool podcasts, too, like this one.
Very true. Very true, yeah. Which is far more important than any TV show.
Cheeky plug.
Yeah, you gotta love that. That was good. That was a sly one. I like that.
Line that one up.
Yeah.
But so no, I don't watch Fresh Meat.
Fresh Meat is cool. It's just like about these kids at uni. It's a good laugh.
Okay.
I wasn't even particularly nervous. I was keen to get going the next day. I had a pretty casual start to it. It wasn't super early or anything, so just was keen to get on it.
Cool.
I had everything like lined, and I try and a good little tech tip, I suppose, is that I have everything lined out the night before, and I know what's going where, right down to like what tools I'll take on me in my pockets. So like my multi-tool, my gels, spare tube, I put gas canisters, so just the adapter, I make sure I've got that and stuff. Just so you've got like nothing to worry about in the morning.
Gives you a peaceful night's sleep, no stress.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that can help loads.
Okay. We could call that Painter's Pro Tips. Possibly.
Painter's Pro Tips.
Yeah.
Painter's Pro Privateer Tips. Mouthful.
Maybe.
Or just maybe Painter's Privateer Tips.
Yeah.
I prefer that.
I like that. We'll go with that. Painter's Privateer
Painter's
Tips.
Privateer Tips.
Okay, that's cool.
Privateer tip number 2.
Yeah.
Don't bother buying teas on the boat because they're well expensive, especially over from Jersey. 2 teas, £5.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
You know what? I had one on my my personal Facebook for a little while, like a sales rep tips,
Right.
which I do. Obviously, been out on the road so much, you pick up some little tips and bits and bobs you can do. And I think the main one, which people still seem to talk about and do, is if you're struggling for like a bottle of water or a snack, if you head into a Mercedes garage and pretend you want to buy a car, they pretty much give you whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah, they'll give you anything. If you're like, oh, I'm really hungry, they're like, oh, we got some sandwiches.
No way.
Yeah, it's really good. So I do that quite often. I probably do it at least
I'm going to remember that one.
once a month. Just pretend to go buy a nice swanky new Mercedes and take advantage
I like
of free coffee and water and get out of there. Anyway, that's a story for another day.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good tip. I'm going to bear that one in mind.
You can have that one for free.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Sunday, race day rolls rounds.
Yeah.
We'll start weather-wise again. It was overcast, but it's not raining, and it didn't rain all day, which is a good thing because that would just be minging.
From the footage I've seen,
Yeah,
obviously you had a ton of rain on the Saturday.
so much.
But the tracks didn't look that bad. Like, yes, you could tell there was mud on bikes, don't get me wrong. But as far as people coming down fully sludged up to the eyeballs, like, it didn't look that bad. Am I wrong?
No, it was pretty bad, bud.
Was it?
Yeah, it was pretty horrible.
Okay.
It was just, like, I had a latish start. I was off at about 10:30ish, I think.
Right.
And, like, so it took me 35, 40 minutes for the first cruise up, like at casual pace.
And do you set off in current standings order or?
No, they do sort of. You are roughly seeded. I'm not sure how they do it, to be honest.
Okay.
I think they sort of look at past results and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm a little further because I didn't score no points in New Zealand, and I only scored in Madeira coming into this round. Obviously, I was still fairly low down compared to guys who've done 2 or 3 of events.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. Just wondered. Very good. So, head out for stage 1.
Yeah, head out. Just went out in like a normal long sleeve race jersey, nothing else, because it was still pretty warm, so I didn't need to take too much. I had all my there's a feed station halfway up, which you always pass.
Right.
So you can always top up with water and always get a banana or a bit of fruit and stuff. So you didn't need to be like carrying tons of stuff for this one. Well, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't think so. Yeah,
you don't like riding with a bag or anything, do you?
No,
anyway, so,
no, exactly. Yeah. So, and knowing I could always fill my water bottle up, and if worse comes to worse, scoff a banana or an apple or something, I think for me that's enough to just keep me going.
Yeah.
So yeah, got there. Transitions the whole day seemed like sort of fairly tight-ish, no more than 15 minutes.
Okay.
So if you pushed on, you'd have about 10, 15 minutes at the top of each one. Now, by the time you've just ridden up a hill for like 50 minutes, pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's not like ages and ages. So, and I think a few guys were starting to struggle with this, and I was by the end of the day. I'll be honest. I felt like I didn't. Once I'd finished stage 5, sort of thing, I cracked straight on up for the end of the day. I didn't want to. But if I dawdled too much, I was going to lose some time here and be having to push quite hard. So.
Yeah, I saw all day. Sam Hill got a puncture and pretty much rode up the hill with a flat just so he could get to the top and change it. Didn't want to.
Yeah. It's better to get to the top, that's for sure. Yeah. So dropping into stage 1, and that was an eye opener. Like it was not like it was way different again from the day before, the Saturday, like it wasn't like just sloppy, wet streams running down the track. It was dry and it was still wet, like especially in the woods. But then it was like just getting real sticky and horrible and just hard to get through. So it was getting rutted and all like gloopy and like going through glue in places. And so I did all right, but I was struggling with it, to be honest. I was struggling like finding a rhythm or keeping any pace going through all this kind of mud. We don't really get mud in Jersey ever.
Okay.
So because we don't have either A, enough riders to churn anything up, and B, all our trails are on like these cliff paths. They're all like rocky trails.
Right. So you just don't really see it. Yeah.
Don't get mud. So yeah, I was struggling, and it kind of it happened. It was all day really. I was enjoying the trails, but I was just struggling like to keep a good pace down them.
Okay.
I think my best stage was a 75th on stage 3, which was also the longest, about 6 and a bit minute or something.
On stage 3, right?
Stage 3, yeah. That's
okay,
the
iconic one with the rock at the top. Like,
that's the one.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the longest ones too, actually.
Yeah, so pleased with that.
Yeah.
75th on a stage ain't too bad.
That's really good, yeah.
And I think generally, most of them I was in the top 100 again. But yeah, they were hard work. And, same for everyone. And I think everyone will probably tell you, like, they were just gloopy, greasy in places, like blown out and just tough going. Tough going,
See, the thing is, like, looking at it, you think, okay, it's only a 1-day race and it's only 6 stages, whereas, like, Madeira was a 2-day race over 9 stages.
Yeah.
So you'd think that Ireland would maybe be easier, but when you obviously factor in those epic climbs for 50 minutes and the mud and stuff like that, it's probably...
Just trying to pedal and pump through peanut butter was...
Yeah.
It's tough.
Okay. So as far as like the day went then, I mean, if you don't feel there's any point in just breaking each stage down, on the whole, like, pretty good, would you say?
I think that probably does just sum up my day a bit.
Right.
It's just that, just hard, like just struggling to find a good pace and like rhythm and just keep it going. Like I didn't feel slow as such, even when riding, but when I looked at the times at the end, I just thought I could have done a bit better there. I could have
racing sometimes, man. You know.
Yeah, but I was still pleased overall. I still got 95th this race, so I still cracked into that top 100. So, and that's always the goal: points, top 100s.
Yeah,
achieved the goal. So no, I'm not. The missus, I texted her and said, I got 95th. What do you reckon, Di? I was pretty pleased. And she was like, well, you did your best. You tried your hardest and all that. And, they sort of, are they cliches? Is that what they say?
Yeah, could be, yeah.
Those things.
Yeah.
And she did say I was being a bit hard on myself.
Maybe.
'Cause it was a stacked field. Yeah. Because I was like, it's all right, but I think I should have gone quicker.
How many people entered, do you know?
I think it was about 270.
Okay, so roughly the same as Madeira.
Yeah, so... But obviously you get a lot of local heroes at this one.
Well, yeah. You get a lot of local heroes at all of them, but maybe not Madeira because it's so small.
Yeah, like these ones, the trails are proper. When you've got like shorter trails like this, which are just open all the time, you can just go there. Like you do get some local heroes. Like
the thing is, as well, like Ireland is pumping right now for mountain biking. Again,
well,
one of the things I saw online was like Ireland right now is like a bit of a hot spot. It's a bit of a breeding ground for talent as well. So
yeah, they got a good series, I think.
Yeah, I think they do. We used to sponsor a kid actually who Ben Irwin, who was one of the enduro guys there. And the downhill guy, I think he might have been Irish champion actually a couple of years ago. But I think it is a bit of a breeding ground right now, Ireland. So I think to finish, in the top 100. In a stacked field on a tough day, I think. You should be stoked with yourself.
That's it. Exactly. And it kind of on the way back, I was a bit like, actually, that is still pretty blooming good. I know I could have, it is what it is. I know I probably could have done. Looking, but hindsight's a wonderful thing in it. I could have gone back and been like, I could have blooming.
But the thing is, you never come away from a race. Even from my experience, you never come away like fully happy. Anyway, you always think, maybe I could have done that, and even if you win, you're still like,
it's the nature of the beast, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't jump that on that lap or whatever it is. You're always putting yourself down. So sometimes
Yeah,
you
exactly.
gotta look at the whole thing, man. Coming away healthy, feeling good for France, like on point.
I do feel good for France as well. Actually, I do. Yeah, I think I am looking forward to getting back to like the longer, big mountain stages.
Okay, does that suit you more? Would you say?
Yeah, probably, and I enjoy them a little more.
Okay, it's more of like an adventure ride, and I don't know.
Yes, yeah, they're just wide open, fast, and good stages, isn't it? Like stuff like that. But Ireland was wicked. The crowds were crazy. There were people dressed as clowns, pushing big speakers, playing music. Like chainsaws everywhere, megaphones, leprechauns. It was there. Those guys, the Irish crowds. If any of you guys are listening who was out there, you guys are nuts. It was well good.
That's good, man. That's what you want, especially after it's been tough too, like with the weather, for people to turn out and get involved. I think it's amazing. It's only good for the
I'll be
sport.
honest as well. They got to me a little bit. I sometimes I get myself a bit worked up in my head, and there's 2 spots on this race that were just known for spectators. So the top of 3, which shit me up a little because you go off the top of 3, you go over a button, you got to like manually hop up onto the top of this rock.
Okay.
And I got to the start, and I'm just looking there. There's people, like quite a few people there, and I just straight up manualed into this rock and begun like chain ring straight into it and up. And I was going so slow. I heard someone on the megaphone. I'm sure they said like, "Don't hit your chain ring; it'll make you go slower, boss. Keep going." And I was like, "Oh."
Words of wisdom from a leprechaun at the side of the track.
Exactly. Yeah, heckled by some mate with a megaphone. But and then on stage 6, it was called Carnage Corner, and it is like the first corner on the course.
Okay.
You go down this real steep rocky bit, and then it's a mega tight right, and it is a really hard section. And we heard like at the top on the radio over the marshals, we heard them say, "Could we have more marshals to the top of 6 in Carnage Corner to try and keep the crowds back?" And all us guys sitting in the start are like, "Holy moly, what are we like? What is down there?" And then they got to me a bit there, like I dropped into that section, I just looked sort of up, and I just a wall of people, and I'm like, I cocked up the corner, but I got through it. I just stalled out a bit, but yeah. The Irish fans make that event for sure.
That's cool. Really good.
But in reflection, I suppose I was probably a bit hard on myself initially, but top 100 again, innit? That was the goal. So
exactly. And I feel that top 50 is coming. If I'm honest,
oof,
I do.
Yeah,
I do. Let's keep up the positive vibes, man. And
I think so. I do feel good. It motivates me, like from a race, like a result like that actually motivates me more to go faster next time, because I'm like, a bit bummed. There were guys who beat me there who shouldn't, and I should have done better, and I know I could. So I'm going to go absolutely. I've got my super shit race out of the way at the start of the year. Madeira, I had some issues.
Yep.
This one I finished fairly good, but no, I could have got faster. So next one, it's on.
It's on,
and I'll have that. I'll take that in my head, and I'll try and use that to go super duper quick.
Good vibes, man. Love it.
Yeah,
really good. I think it's cool though, just to sit and just like reflect over it all. It must be pretty cool for you as well. Like
nice, yeah. Because I don't really talk about it out of my, so I just think about it. Just stews in my head about what I shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
So actually, to talk about it, it's like you're like seeing a therapist.
And you've got quite a few people probably listening. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were talking before about the numbers, so I'm not going to put any numbers on it, but quite a few people listening.
Well, what was it? You were talking about the millions, weren't you?
Yeah. But no, that was millions of pounds that it earned. There's only 10 listeners.
It's good. Right, it's good to sort of reflect on a race in a way.
It's cool.
Just
cool.
Go over it. Yeah. So
what's the plan in between Ireland and France? Then what's going on, man? What's going on with Remap as well? Let's because we've never really spoke about Remap too much on this thing. So let's. I
don't.
I think as well. I mean,
probably a lot of people actually don't even realise it is mine or anything. So I don't really talk about it even to other people too much. To be fair,
I know, and I've said from the get go with this thing, it's not a sales tool. It's just literally, I don't know. I won't go too deep into it, but we're not here trying to make sales or anything like that. But it's kind of cool to hear about Remap and what you're doing, because at the end of the day, dude, you've got a clothing brand, which is
Yeah, I
which is
do, I
nice.
suppose, don't I?
You know, and we were chatting about it earlier today, and we were maybe going to come up with something for the listeners of this podcast to
Yes.
take advantage.
Legions of fans.
Yeah. So
No, so,
go for it.
Right, well, we've got 4 weeks now in between now and going away again, or just under 4 weeks.
Yes.
Next race is Millau in France, which I have not even looked where that is in France, to be honest, but I know it's down south.
Okay.
No, it's way just like from where we are straight down, about a 9-hour drive in France. The plan in between, work, because
You gotta.
I gotta work. I've been away obviously a bit,
Yeah.
so yeah, I've got I suppose from my stonemasonry side, I've got work lined up, so I've got to keep that running. And then from the remap side, that's ever growing, and it's a tricky one being away lots,
Right.
but obviously it's an online business essentially,
Mm-hmm.
So I can keep on top of it, and so can Mark, my partner in it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's growing. It's really cool actually watching it grow kind of organically. We don't have a big budget. We don't spend loads on advertising, all this stuff. It just sort of
Just organically does its thing.
yeah, it does, and it's cool. Like actually, I met some of the guys that we help out at this race. A guy called Sean DeFure, who Irish lad who we help out. He was killing it in the juniors.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a business, it's cool. We've got some new product coming out this year, some socks. We're working on some shorts, and there's actually a cheeky little EWS or Bust logo wife beater you can get, which will be up on the website this week. So you can privateer life written on it. So for all those privateers out there, you can represent.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good, man. I'm stoked for that.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's only they've just been finished printing, so they'll be up by the end of the week. Definitely by the end of the week for sure.
Awesome.
And just working on some new things and trying to, get it growing a bit more and getting it out there. But
yeah. So for anyone listening, go and check it out. Go and have a look.
over at remapclothing.com.
There you go.
Also a good place to find this website, webisode or podcast as well, because the links are up on there on the Facebook page and stuff. But yeah,
I didn't know that.
it's a real big learning curve actually.
Yeah.
It
all is, man. And you just said as well about you haven't got a big marketing budget, let's say.
Yeah.
The cool thing right now, I think, is that a lot of brands don't seem to know where to put money, because you look at print, pretty much gone. All right, you might pay a guy to have to do an edit for you. So you do a riding edit, but let's be brutally honest, it'll stay on Pink Bike or Vital or whatever's front page for maybe 12 hours at a push.
Yeah,
then it goes.
Views and disappear, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it's social media. Yeah, you can do a lot with that, no doubt. But it's really tough. A lot of brands. Obviously, we work with brands day in and day out, and a lot of them do struggle to know where to put any money right now. And it seems that even a podcast could bring in brands to get involved in stuff like that. And I think there's only going to be more of these things, if I'm honest with you, because a lot of people I've spoke to that are involved in the industry, a lot of them are really interested in this sort of stuff, but it's just time. Like, they just don't have time to do it. But yeah, it's interesting.
Things like this are more interactive in a way, aren't they? Although they're not like directly one-on-one.
Yeah,
they're interactive in the sense that they people outside or people who just like to ride bikes can actually get an insight into certain aspects of riding, isn't it? So, privateer racing or, pro racing with Eddie Masters.
Yeah.
Maybe not your typical pro, but a pro nonetheless, isn't it? He's a factory rider. Or, you had, Lucas Shaw, who's like Wealth Property at the moment, isn't he? Or Cappy Seslo runs the Hot Property.
Yes,
so,
exactly. And it's like I say, I'm not going to blow smoke at all, but it's a cool way to just totally just get a different perspective on things, hear people's stories, and that's cool. And like the Boris Bayer one went down really well because it was a bit more like long form. So I'm hoping to do more of those, especially with some of the guests which we've got lined up. I want to really sit and just try it out for quite a long time, rather than rushing them through. Not that I rush, but I guess a lot of the athletes and stuff and people have had on are under time constraints. They do have an hour to spare.
I'm charging you by the minute, so
Oh,
I
I
got
know.
all
I
day.
can see it ticking away here, buddy. It's bad times. But yeah, I've got a question for you.
Yeah,
Handguards.
gay. Get rid of them.
Hot, I was going to say hot or not, so you're going with not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Nah, I saw Sam Hill was running them at the weekend, and I don't know, man.
I see their functionality, but they're I would put them in the same area as skin suits in downhill.
Yes.
Makes
I'll
you
agree.
like a good functional, look like a knobber.
Nopper. I'll agree.
But that's my personal opinion. I hope I haven't offended no one, but I don't think they look like.
I was
know a
surprised
few
to see
guys
him
who
riding
run
with
it.
him. I'll be honest with you. I was like, wow. It's probably the only dude I saw. I think.
Who, Sam Hill?
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you go to France and Italy, mate. The Euros love them.
Do they?
Yeah, love them.
Ah.
And I see that, their use, like, when you're flat out through branches and trees and stuff, and all that sort of gubbins. But on a mountain bike,
Yeah.
Sam Hill's probably paid to use them as well. So
Well, that's kind of the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, just to wrap
Vulioz
up
rode them
too.
all last year as well.
A what?
Nico Vulioz.
Oh, really?
So yeah, he ran them all last year. A few of the Euro guys do.
Right. Okay.
But not for me.
Hot or not? Definitely a not. People out
Maybe
there.
I'll
let us
line
know,
up on the
hot or
next
not.
EWS in a skin suit.
Yeah, with handguards on and a bullet helmet with no peak.
Yeah, I was gonna say no peak.
Fully
About them.
cliched up.
Mid-second gains.
Oh dear. Overall at the minute, just for anyone out there listening who doesn't know, Greg Callahan is still leading the EWS Championship, which is really cool.
Aye.
Had a bit of a merit this round by the looks of things, but still leading the championship. Sam Hill second, then it's Daly, I believe.
H. Daly
Yeah.
in third, yeah.
Yeah, then Martin
And there's
Mays.
only 40 points between them, I think, as well, the
Yes,
top three.
there is only 40 points between them, so it's all
Yeah,
to play
that's
for going into France.
good
So that's
season.
rad. Yeah, it's good. It needs to be like, we were saying, it needs to be more spectator friendly. So it needs to people.
Daly's on the charge as well, I'd say.
Daly's
Watch
on
out
the
for that
charge,
when
yeah.
it's happening.
Yep, and Richie Rude rounds it out in fifth as well.
Yeah.
And
Never
out of
count him out.
interest, the Ibis team are still leading the team standings, which is
Yeah,
cool
it's
because
cool,
they
isn't
ride
it?
joystick stuff. So, props.
Yeah.
Women, you got Ravenel, Thomas, Katie Winton, who did a podcast recently with the Downtime podcast crew. That's good. Go listen to that. Gehrig, it's Caroline.
Which one?
Is it Caroline?
Well, that is one of them. I don't know
Yeah,
which
it
one.
is. Yeah, it's that one.
Your
Caroline Gehrig. And then I think it's Coram in fifth.
Oh, yeah. She's like, well, I need to give her a privateer life wife beater.
Oh, she's privateer?
I think so.
Oh, shout out. Wow.
She's
Good
the one
effort.
from, like, is it Israel or something?
Could be, yeah. Korem. Yeah.
That's not how you spell Israel, though.
True story. It's not. Even I know that at this time of night.
Yeah. Oh, good on her.
Sweet. Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, always good to catch up.
Definitely. EWS or Bust webisode is out tomorrow,
Yep.
Wednesday, at some point. Just keep your eyes peeled on Remap Clothing website. You can keep an eye out on at EWS or Bust on Facebook or Remap Facebook. Obviously, the Hook It Products guys will share it too, or go give a little follow to any of those lot, or my athlete page, Rich Payne on Facebook. That'll have it for sure.
It will.
Yeah,
And hopefully
Shout-
Pink Bike.
Pink Bike, yeah.
Hopefully Pink Bike.
Do it, Pink Bike.
Yeah.
I tell you, even Chris Ball actually was Chris Ball was loving the EWS or Bust logo.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was loving it.
May or may not be lined up to do one of these.
No, he is. You just can't say, can you?
May or may not. Just seems pretty
Right.
busy right now, as you can
I bet you're
appreciate.
terrible at poker.
Well, yeah, my poker face ain't good, man.
Yeah. Big shout out to all the sponsors and Pukey, who got some sweet pictures and video. Everyone who's helped out. Again, this one's been a good one and a good learning curve of this race for sure. And we, as always, truck on to France in just under a month's time.
Awesome. And again, just to step in just quickly, again, same from me, thanks everyone. And I always say it and it's really bad, but I always go on about this, but thank you everyone out there so much for listening. It's
Yeah.
crazy to see the feedback that we're starting to get, even from these episodes and all of the podcast stuff. It's really great. So
Yeah, it's nice to hear from you lot. So if you do have like questions or you want to know anything about like going around racing and stuff, just drop us a message to anyone, and we'll definitely get back to you for sure.
definitely awesome.
Wicked.
Right, it's dinner time. We're gonna get this thing thrown together. It'll be up on iTunes this evening. If you subscribe, you will be able to see it. If not, it'll be tomorrow.
Cool.
And,
All right, Dave. It's been a pleasure.
It's been emotional. I'll catch up with you soon, dude. Have a good one.
Ciao, everyone. Bye.
Peace. All right, folks, there we go. Episode number 4 of EWS or Bust is in the bag. Thanks again, everybody out there, for stopping by and listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode and you learnt a little bit of something and had a few laughs along the way. If you're heading to Fort William, don't forget, come over, Sack Stand. You can get 10% off all Sax underwear and come over and talk podcast. I'll probably have another little gift for you too. Just make sure you come over, say hello. It'd be great to meet some of you all. 35 Bikes, head over. Again, 35bikes.com. Use promo code podcast to get 15% off anything and everything. And if you have enjoyed this episode, as usual, please leave us a review on iTunes. Tell your friends, the more the merrier, and give us a follow on social media. It's at the Hook It Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is just at Hook It Products. Any questions, concerns, guest ideas, you can email me direct. It's podcast@hookitproducts.co.uk. That's about everything, guys. Have a great week. We'll be back on Tuesday with an amazing guest to recap Fort William World Cup and to chat all things mountain biking. This is an awesome guest, arguably one of our biggest. It's going to be sick. Catch you then. Have a great week. Peace out. Enjoy.